What would you do if your child was hungry, and the only thing standing between them and dinner was $50? One desperate mother swallowed her pride and asked a complete stranger for help online. She expected to be ignored. Instead, at exactly midnight, a knock echoed through her tiny apartment. When she opened the door, a convoy of black SUVs was waiting outside. And the man standing in the rain wasn't there to donate $50. He was one of America's richest billionaires, and the reason he came to her doorstep would leave everyone speechless. Rain tapped softly against the window of Emily's tiny apartment in a quiet neighborhood outside Chicago. The room was cold, dim, and almost empty. A worn-out couch, a small table with chipped paint, and a mattress on the floor were all she could afford after months of unpaid bills. She opened the refrigerator one more time, hoping she had missed something. Inside sat only half a bottle of water, an expired carton of milk, and a single ketchup packet. Emily sighed and closed the door. She checked her bank account on her phone. Balance, $1.87. Payday was still 5 days away, and every credit card she owned had already reached its limit. Her landlord had left another warning notice under the door that morning. If she couldn't pay soon, she and her 5-year-old son, Noah, would lose the only place they had left. Noah walked into the kitchen, rubbing his sleepy eyes. "Mom, are we having pancakes tomorrow?" he asked with an innocent smile. Emily forced herself to smile back, hiding the tears building in her eyes. "Maybe tomorrow, sweetheart," she whispered, gently kissing his forehead. After Noah fell asleep, Emily sat alone in the darkness, staring at her phone. She had spent years believing that hard work would solve everything, but life kept pushing her down. Asking strangers for help felt humiliating, yet watching her son go hungry hurt far more. Her hands trembled as she opened a local community app. She typed the message, erased it, and typed it again 3 times before finally taking a deep breath. "I'm so sorry to ask this, but could anyone lend me $50? My little boy needs groceries. I'll pay every penny back next Friday. Thank you for reading." With tears rolling down her cheeks, she pressed post, never imagining that one simple message would change her life forever. Emily stared at the screen after posting her message. Every second felt like an hour. She expected people to ignore it, or worse, leave cruel comments accusing her of lying. Embarrassed, she almost deleted the post. A notification suddenly appeared. Someone had replied. The profile picture was blank, and the username was simply DC. The message contained only 4 words. "What's your address, Emily?" Her heart skipped a beat. She frowned at the screen. Was this a scam? She had heard countless stories about strangers pretending to help people online. She clicked on the profile, but there was almost nothing there, no photos, no personal information, and no clues about who the person was. Emily placed the phone on the table and walked away. "I can't do this," she whispered to herself. A few minutes later, another notification appeared. "I only want to help. No strings attached." She looked around the silent apartment. Noah was asleep on the couch, hugging his worn-out teddy bear. The sight reminded her why she had swallowed her pride and asked for help in the first place. Taking a deep breath, she typed her address, then paused with her thumb hovering over the send button. "What if this is a mistake?" she thought. After several long seconds, she closed her eyes and pressed send. The message disappeared. Almost immediately, the stranger replied. "Thank you. Please stay home tonight." That was it. No explanation. No questions. No request for her bank account or personal information. Just one mysterious sentence. Emily waited for another message, but nothing came. The apartment grew quiet again. Outside, rain continued falling as the clock slowly crept toward midnight. She wrapped herself in an old blanket, trying to convince herself she had done the right thing. Deep inside, she had no idea that someone extraordinary was already on the way to her front door. The old wall clock ticked louder with every passing minute. It was almost midnight, and Emily couldn't sleep. She sat by the window, wrapped in a thin blanket, watching the rain fall under the glow of the streetlights. Every few minutes, she glanced at her phone, hoping the mysterious stranger would send another message. Nothing. The apartment was silent except for Noah's gentle breathing as he slept peacefully on the couch. Emily quietly walked over and tucked the blanket around him. She brushed a strand of hair from his forehead and whispered, "I promise things will get better." Just as she turned away. Knock. 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 The sound echoed through the apartment. Emily froze. No one ever visited this late. Her heart pounded as she looked through the peephole. Outside stood several men wearing dark suits. Behind them, a row of sleek black SUVs stretched along the curb, their headlights cutting through the rain. Everything about the scene looked unreal. One of the men stepped aside, revealing a tall gentleman in a simple black overcoat. He wasn't surrounded by flashing cameras or loud security. Instead, he stood quietly with a calm expression. Emily slowly unlocked the door but kept the safety chain in place. "Can I help you?" she asked nervously. The man offered a warm smile. "Are you Emily Parker?" She nodded cautiously. "My name is Daniel Carter," he said. "You sent a message tonight asking for help." Emily's eyes widened. You're the one who replied?" Daniel nodded. "I believe no parent should have to choose between pride and feeding their child." For a moment, Emily couldn't find the words. Rain dripped from the edge of his coat as he looked at her with genuine kindness. Then he asked softly, "May I come in? I'd like to explain why I came instead of sending $50. Emily took a slow breath, unlocked the chain, and opened the door, unaware that this single decision was about to change her life forever.